And we are live. So welcome everybody to another live. We're gonna be answering a question is, Nick, how do I fight multiple attackers? And there's two common denominators or two common concerns and factors that you always want to take on an account when you're learning self-defense or training for street fight or being attacked in the street. And that is the multiple attacker aspect as well as the weapon aspect. So I filmed about 20 videos this Sunday. I filmed 20 videos and I filmed multiple attackers, 2-on-1, 3-on-1. All those videos are gonna be up on my website, nickdrossos.com. I can't be putting these videos up anymore on my YouTube channel because they just getting flagged or taken down or demonetized. So if you guys want to see all my new content, go visit my website, nickdrossos.com. I have Defense Against Larger Attacker, brand new video with Helen Stranzel, access to my seminars, new fight analysis, guys. So much content is up there. So go check it out, as well as my instructor course next year. So if you guys want to train with me, you can. So go check that out at nickdrossos.com. Stop lying to the people. Or even want an MMA fight. You could not even beat 3 grown adults. Let's be honest. The way is to learn MMA, boxing, jiu-jitsu. Okay, Usman. So obviously we have somebody that, let me just. All right, guys, so what I'm gonna be showing you guys is basically a strategy, a concept that you want to adopt when you're faced with multiple attackers. Now, why you talk down on Naked's content is awesome. Guys, I don't want this to, I think I'm just gonna block him because, I mean, if you're gonna make a comment and you're not gonna, make it with logic and sense and actually explaining something, doesn't, I just don't want to bother, so I don't really care. I'm here to teach you guys. Whoever wants to see and learn, you guys could check it out over here. So the truth is, when it comes to multiple attackers, obviously it's always about evade and escape, get out. Meaning, I don't want to sit there and kickbox my way out of 3 guys. You're not, as the other guy said, learn jiu-jitsu. I'm not going to take a guy, put him in an armbar, and try to put him in a submission or lock when the other 2 guys are just going to jump in and kick me or hit me, right? The idea against multiple attackers is there are some principles, and the principles are simple. Is obviously awareness is the first one, and I'm going to talk about it. The awareness, stacking, committing and striking, the shield concept. Then how to turn the fight from a 2-on-1 or 3-on-1 to a 1-on-1, and then get out. Now, obviously, let's look at the first one, awareness. I see 2-3 guys walking towards me. I think he might have a weapon. I think they're coming to jump me, and I have the space to run. Get out, right? Again, am I with my son? Am I with my girlfriend? Am I in a closed environment? The idea that I'm always going to get an option to run is not going to be there. Right? Sometimes it's going to be there, other times it's not. It really depends on what you get, right? So if I'm aware and I see and I have the opportunity to get out, get out. Now, if I'm closed off, like, when we were doing the drills and when I was filming this weekend, at one point they were all 2 were moving here and 1 was moving in the middle. The idea that I was just going to run was very difficult because they were cornering me. So I had basically no choice but to fight and clinch and just do my strikes or whatever it is. So the second part is awareness. Meaning when I'm faced with 1 or 2 or 3 attackers, you got to be aware of their body movements, their hands. Are they making signs to each other? Are they shifting their weights back and forth? Are they trying to angle me or cut the corner so I can't escape or move out? Right? So when I'm talking to 1, let's say, I have to be aware of why is this friend trying to move this way? Maybe he's trying to come around or move there. So it's basically, if I'm gonna do it this way, as best as I could. And this is the principle of stacking. If I'm here, right, and I'm talking to this guy, where's this guy moving? Is he coming here? Is he coming here? Is he trying to go behind me? So what I want to do is, the idea is I always want to try to keep one attacker in front of the other. So the first thing is, you don't want to just stand still. So if I'm talking to a guy, I'm moving, and I'm always trying to keep one guy in front of the other, and I want to try to stack them as much as possible. Now, I'm not moving in a fighting stance. It's a natural stance. My hands are up. I'm creating distance. I'm being aware of the other person coming around. Very often, that's the guy who might sucker punch you, might try to stab you, might try to hit you from behind. And I know, because that's how I was sucker punched in the street fight. It wasn't a street fight, actually. I was working at the club, and I talk about it when I got sucker punched the first time. I was talking to the guy at the door. We were having an exchange of words. I had a good distance. All I saw was like a quick person, like a flash move. And next thing you know, boom, he sucker punched me right in the face. And that's the reality of it. As much as I taught self-defense, as much as I taught, the awareness aspect, I got sucker punched. So it means that, I didn't see the punch coming. As I'm talking to one guy, I forgot about the rest of them, and boom, I got hit in the face. He didn't knock me out. I did get hit really hard, but I remembered that lesson. It was a valuable lesson in terms of my teaching. So you want to be aware of the attackers. You want to stack as much as possible, one in front of the other. So if I'm talking to my attacker here, I also want to be aware, where is this person moving? Is he trying to come around to hit me, to pull a weapon, or maybe to grab me from behind? Okay? So that's the principle of stacking. The third one is, you got to commit and you got to hit somebody. That means against multiple attackers, you got to go preemptive. You got to hit the first guy hard and fast. Now, who do you hit? Obviously, you're not going to hit the guy who's furthest. You're going to hit the guy who's closest. So if I'm talking to him here and suddenly he's coming close, I'm going to have to take out the first guy who's closest to me, because it's only logical. I'm not going to go to the guy who's furthest, right? Once I strike him, so once you decide to strike, you have to commit, right? So you can't hit and disengage. Boom, you got to strike, and you got to strike. You either got to knock him out, and if you don't, the next one is you want to use him as a shield, which means I want to either clinch from the back of the neck, grab the shield, throw my strikes, and be able to use that attacker as a shield to keep the other attacker between you, the person you're striking, and the second attacker, right? So the idea is, if I'm here, they're two, I decide to strike one, I'm going to clinch, I'm going to use my strikes, I'm going to use him as a shield, finish this guy off if I haven't, and then go to the next one. So the idea is to make it, instead of a 2-on-1, a 1-on-1, and so forth. Okay? And the last one is, get out. Don't sit there like that. I don't even know who that guy is before. I think, anyways, his comments are erased. Don't sit there and try to, armbar him and fight him. Guys, I'm not teaching you guys how to win a fight. I'm teaching you guys how to survive a fight. What's the difference? Winning a fight, I'd be teaching you how to take on 3 guys. No. You get a first preemptive strike and you could run, you get out. You get a first preemptive strike and I need him and he's still fighting, you keep fighting. I use him as a shield. I slam him on the car or slam him on the second attacker and I could run, I get out. That's the objective, right? You don't want to sit there and fight 3 guys. So a lot of people tell me there's nothing you can do about awareness, but about fighting multiple attackers. But the principle of awareness is, the real concept is understanding, being aware of the attackers and positioning, being able to move in a position where you could maximize your offense and defense, trying to stack one behind the other as much as possible, picking one, striking and committing to the strike and taking him out, using him as a shield against the second attacker. So you want to strike him. As you start striking him, you're using him as a shield to the second attacker. When he becomes too heavy, you also don't want to be carrying him. If you get to the point where you knock him out, drop him, If you can run, run. If you have no choice, then you would go to the next guy and then get out. Those are, again, I made a video on my YouTube, on my website, nickdrossos.com, just on that, 2-on-1, 3-on-1. Again, I don't want to sell you guys this idea that you're going to take the first attacker this way and the second attacker that way and the third attacker this way. The reality is, once you commit to the first person and you decide to strike, it's anybody's game. Anything can happen, right? But in this lesson, what I want you to learn is, and it's a little bit hard because I'm doing it live, but again, on my website, again, I filmed them this weekend. On my website, they're going to be going up. There is a concept to all of this where I'm doing it live, where you actually see how I'm talking, I'm positioning, I'm stacking, I'm making sure they don't get to the sides or chest to back. What you don't want to do is go into critical focus where you're just talking to one guy and suddenly his friend's coming around and your awareness goes down and you're not just shifting your weight to make sure that you could always have everybody in your field of vision, where you have less chance of being sucker punched or hit from behind. What about using your keys for self-defense? Your keys are an extension of your hand. Whatever you could do with your hand, you could do with your keys. Whatever you can do with them, you can do with your keys. Meaning, if you can't throw a proper strike, it's not because you're holding your keys that you're going to be able to land that strike. So, again, the keys has its limits, right? It's not because you're holding your keys that you're going to become this ultimate fighter. So don't get emotionally attached to anything. If you have it, you can use it, great. If you don't, that's fine. Do you carry anything? Kirill, I never carry anything. You're gonna hurt your hand if you squeeze the keys in there too. Absolutely, actually. I tried to do it. It was actually pretty hard, right? So you gotta hold them a certain way if you do use your keys. Not using your keys. No, sir, you're doing amazing. Thank you. To punch someone that they're not fighting, that person is bad. How would you fight skilled attackers? Again, skilled attackers is basically just training. Sucker punch means that you were hit from behind or off the side. Nick, you're all the best. All effective street fights. You know, guys, like, I mean, I get this hater that I don't even know. You can't see his messages anymore. And, you know, guys, if you don't like what you see, go watch and follow somebody else, right? I'm here to give you guys, I just got an email today about a girl that got attacked at a party and the guy choked her, and she goes, because I watched your videos, I was able to defend myself. Thank God I watched your videos. And so when I hear that, it makes me question guys like that. So again, guys, I'm giving you guys a tool. You take it as you want, how you want it, do what you want with it, right? Again, in this, multiple attackers, I'm not trying to show you guys how to take on 5 guys. In this lesson, I'm trying to give you guys the concept and the strategy of, we'll break it one last time. Awareness, be aware of your surroundings and everybody around you. Stacking, trying to place one attacker in front of the other. The striking, that means committing to one attacker and taking him out. Shield concept, which means you use him as a shield to keep him from one attack. I'm using him as a shield. As I strike him, I'm keeping a hold and keeping him and not allowing the second attacker to close the gap unless I knock him out or he gets heavy and I drop him. And even then, I'll move around him to, again, use him as a static improvised weapon. You want to turn the fight, a 3-on-1, into a 2-on-1 and a 1-on-1, and at the end get out. Now, it's not an easy thing overall, guys. I'm not telling you it's easy. But, people tell me there's nothing you could do. Well, if that's your response and that's your mindset, that's your business. But I always say knowing a little something is better than knowing nothing. Being able to do a little something could save your life, like that girl's email I got today. So please come live at least once a week and share your precious info and humble requests. Thank you, Shatak. Look, guys, I am going to be going live more often. I can't tell you guys when. I'm basically just kind of winging it, depending. My schedule is very busy right now. So that's pretty much it, guys. I mean, the idea too is keeping it simple, right? It's the difference between learning a specific memorized technique or movement would be me showing you some unrealistic combination of how to take 3 guys. But the truth is, I could do 10 scenarios like this, and all 10, I will get a different response. I could take the 10 scenarios and I will get 10 different fights, because the idea that they're all gonna react and play out the same way is impossible. So if you get anything out of this lesson, is what I just showed you guys, right? Those are concepts. Once you understand them, you could apply them in different scenarios because they always pretty much remain the same. What you don't want to do is stay static while the 2 guys are right here talking to you and you're exactly in the line of fire. If I'm here, I might shift my weight at least to 1 where I can strike 1 and use him as a shield and make sure at least I'm not in the line of fire of both attackers. So just that can make a big difference when you're faced with multiple attackers. So guys, I am out. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Go visit my website, nickdrossos.com. I want to thank you guys for watching. Stay safe.